Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful and easy drawstring bag. So I'm going to start by using my home decor burlap yarn, a 4mm crochet hook, 2 markers for this project. So I'm going to start by making a slip knot. And then I'm going to make 75 chain stitches. So to do a chain, just yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop. 2, 3, 4, 5. So continue making chain stitches until you're at your 75th chain. Now we're going to make single crochets in each chain going across the row. So insert your hook into the second stitch, pull up a loop. We have 2 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull the yarn through both loops. That's a single crochet. And we're going to do that in each stitch going across the row. Now, after completing a single crochet in each stitch, go ahead and count 9 stitches from each end. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And on the 9th stitch, we're going to go ahead and place a marker. And the same should be done from this end. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And on that 9th stitch there, we're going to go ahead and place a marker. Now this bag uses a ribbing pattern, so we're going to start the rib pattern now. So at the end of the row here, chain 1, turn your work, and if you look at the top of the pattern, you'll see the stitches going across. We'll be working our stitches to the back of the stitch. Typically we work under, but for the rib stitch we work to the back of the stitch. So go ahead and insert your hook to the back of the stitch there and pull up a loop. Complete a single crochet, and we're going to do that in each stitch going across the row. Now once you're at your stitch where the marker is for the second row, we're just going to remove, do our regular rib stitch pattern, and then we're going to place the marker back at the top of the row of that stitch. So go ahead and continue doing your single crochets going across the row. Remember to place your marker to the top of the stitch once completed. Now after completing that row of single crochets, remember to place your marker to the top of the 9th stitch from each end. I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work to begin the next row, and I'm pretty much going to do the same thing that I've done before. So work single crochets to the back of the stitch to create that beautiful ribbing pattern. Now in our third row, we're going to go ahead and remove our marker, but we're not going to do a single crochet in that stitch. Instead, we're going to chain one, and in the stitch beside it, we're going to complete the single crochet. Now that's going to leave a considerable space here, which is where we're going to be placing our handles for this bag. So place back your marker here and continue doing your single crochets going all the way across. Remember to skip the space for this marker as well. So I've completed the row and I've chained one and skipped this stitch here, the same as I did on this end where I chained one, skip this stitch here, so we have a space there and a little space created here as well. So now we're going to chain one and repeat. And we're going to continue that for 3 rows. So we're going to do 3 rows of single crochets, no skips. So we're going to do a single crochet on the top of the chain one stitch there. I'll just demonstrate how you do the first one. And when we get to our chain one stitch, we remove our marker and we do our single crochet to the top of the stitch, place back our marker there so that we know where the 9th stitch is, and continue. So we're gonna go ahead and create the ribbed pattern for 3 more rows. And after we've completed 3 rows of single crochets, then we're going to do 1 row of single crochets with a chain one at the 9th stitch. That's going to be the pattern for this project. So I've gone ahead and created 35 rows of the ribbed stitch pattern here, and I've also created on each end small holes where we're going to place our handles. Just for clarity, we would have done 2 rows of the rib stitch pattern and then created the chain one for the holes here, then done 3, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th row we did the chain one pattern. So we have 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th row the chain one pattern, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th row the chain one pattern. So that's really how we did the pattern going across. Of course, depending on how wide you'd like yours to be, you can go ahead and decide where you'd like to place these holes for the handles. So now I'm going to show you how to go about doing the ends. You can go ahead and decide on which side you'd like to be on the inside and which side you'd like to be on the out. If they both look the same, then that's great. It wouldn't matter. But if you have a preference, then we're going to go ahead and fold our bag in half. But this side will be the inside piece that we're going to start or work from. Now to join the sides, we're going to be doing slip stitches going all the way across. For me, I prefer to do my slip stitch on the other side. So I'm actually going to turn my work. You can do whatever you prefer. So to do my slip stitch, I'm going to insert my hook into the top of the first stitch on this side, and then the front part of the first stitch on this side. So right through the middle, pull up a loop, and then I'm going to pull that loop through the loop that would have already been on our hook. I'm just going to repeat that. So right through the middle there, right through the middle of the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull that loop through our first loop. So that's the slip stitch. So we're just going to place the hook right through the middle of both stitches and complete a slip stitch. And we're going to do that in each stitch going all the way across the row. So continue doing that in each stitch going all the way across. And towards the end of the row, now once completed, go ahead and make your loop larger, and then we're going to cut the yarn here. And pull it through. Now taking the yarn, if you have a crochet needle, I'm going to go ahead and pull the yarn through. I like to tie my yarn here for extra security, and then I'm just going to weave it through the ends to hide. Once you're done, you can just go ahead and cut the excess yarn. So now we're going to go ahead and do the same to this side. Now once completed, you can go ahead and turn your bag inside out. So now we're going to go ahead and make the handles. So for my handles, I'm going to go up 2 sizes. So I'm going to use a 5.5mm crochet hook, and I'll also be using 2 different colors just to add a little flavor to my bag. So I'm going to start by making a slip knot. Now I'm going to take the gray piece and I'm going to place it over my hook, all the way over, and hold it in place with my thumb. So like this. And then I'm going to yarn over the blue piece and pull it through. Now whatever color is on the hook is the color that we'll be placing over our hook as well. So we have the blue yarn on, so I'm going to just yarn over my hook with the blue yarn, and again placing it forward and holding it in place with my thumb. Then I'm going to take that gray piece and I'm going to yarn over and pull it through. So now we have the gray yarn on the hook. We're going to take the gray piece, yarn over, place it forward, hold it in place with my thumb, and then I'm going to take the blue piece, yarn over as normal, and pull it through. And that's really how I'm going to do the pattern for the handle here. So go ahead and continue doing that. I'll do a few more. So go ahead and continue until you're at your desired length. Now once you're at your desired length, I'm just going to go ahead and yarn over both pieces, pulling it all the way through, creating a large loop there. And then I'm going to cut my yarn and pull it all the way through. So now I'm going to measure it out. I want it to be similar in size going across. I'm just gonna cut the yarn here. Now taking our bag, I'm just gonna go ahead and locate where I would have the holes that would have been created by our chain ones when we were doing our rows. And I'm gonna go ahead and place the yarn. So this would be the front. I'm gonna place my yarn through the back for the first piece here. So the hole that's on this side. And then we're gonna weave it through. So go ahead and locate the next hole, which is here. We're gonna place it through the front. The next hole, which is here, we're gonna place it through the back. The next hole, which is here, place it through the front. The next hole, which is here, place it through the back. So go ahead and continue doing this, going all the way around. Now in the end, this is how it looks. And you can of course pull on your yarn to tighten. You can tighten. And pull on the bag to open. So now I'm going to go ahead and make my larger handles. Now for my longer handle, I've gone ahead and made 102 chains. We're going to skip the first 2 chains, and in the third we're going to complete a double crochet. And now we're going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch going across the row. So I'll do a few more just to demonstrate. So continue doing double crochets until you're at the end. Now at the end of the row, go ahead and make this loop a bit larger and then cut your yarn, pulling it through, and I'm just going to also weave through the ends at the back here. And then cut the excess yarn. Now take your bag And we're just going to go ahead and sew the handles to the inside of the back. Now once it's secure, you can just go ahead and tie the ends. So I'm gonna leave a loop there. And just tie my ends. And then I'm going to cut my excess yarn and do the same to this side. Now this is the finished look. If you thought this video was helpful, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more great content like this. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!